All right, so hi, my name is Shayna Berlant. You can't see me right now because unfortunately my camera is not working. I apologize. But I'm going to be going over your alumni resources that are available to you after you graduate. And if you have any questions, please contact me. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. All right. So first of all, if you're graduating this semester, I just want to say congratulations. I'm very proud of you. You did great. Obviously, it was a lot of work to get here, so congratulations. All right. And let's go over some of your alumni resources that are available to you. So for the library, we provide services such as interlibrary loan services. So just like before, you can request articles and book chapters from us, and we'll try to get them to you as soon as possible. This is for free, of course. If it's going to cost us money, we usually ask you if you're okay with it first, because we only go up to a certain amount. Anything over that, we let you know and then let you decide what you're interested in, if you're interested in paying it or not, and that's completely okay. But we'll always try to get you the free version first. We also provide reference help, and that's also free. So if you are like doing a research project and you get stuck and you can't find anything, or you need help coming up with keywords, or you need help doing a literature search, you can still contact us. You can email us, you can do it through the chat. And this is for free, of course, and this is forever. So like, let's say 40 years from now, you're doing a research project and you're like, oh, wow, I can really use a librarian's help with this, just contact us and we'll help you out, okay? Super easy. You still have access to some of our physical resources, such as the physical library space. You can still come to campus, visit our space, the Miami Campus Library has chairs that you can plug into and stuff like that, so you can charge your stuff in between whatever you're doing. So you could, or if you just wanted to come in and stop at any of our campuses, you can. So like, let's say you're in California, you want to stop in on our campus, you can do that and just use the space while you're relaxing, So feel free to come in and visit us. Printing, copying, and scanning is now free. We just started that this month. So if you need to come over, you can print or make copies. You can use our library materials inside the library, but you can't take them home with you because after you graduate, obviously you probably, have updated information that we don't have access to. Just because of that, you can use them within the space. And of course, if it's a book, you can make copies as much as you want or scan as much as you want. But we can't let you take them home just because we can't figure out where they are, just in case they get left somewhere or something, All right. So from interlibrary loan, remember you can email library@usa.edu, and of course I can send you my presentation after this with the PowerPoint and all the links. So just let me know, and I can definitely do that without an issue. All right, so a lot of stuff, articles, peer-reviewed articles or scholarly articles, are the same thing, are available online for free through open access. Open access just means it's made available for free online for anybody who can to access it. And usually it's in the form of an author manuscript. Author manuscripts are usually the final version of an article that have been submitted for publication. And for whatever reason, maybe the author decides to make it available for free online. A lot of them are available for free online. The difference between an author manuscript and the finished version is usually just formatting. So they went through all of the peer-reviewed process, has already been approved of. Any grammar mistakes and stuff have been corrected a while ago. And then the last is just like formatting it to fit in. So like, if a journal has a certain style or something like that, usually it's just formatted to fit into the journal. Or if it's a book chapter, it's formatted to fit into the book. So obviously, with the chapter at the top, just because it says author manuscript doesn't mean it's not probably the final version. It's usually the final version that is just ready for publication. Okay, so feel free to use any of the free online resources available to you. There are a lot of free databases out there, such as the Cochrane Library of Systematic Reviews. It's available for free online. Pubmed, the medical database, is available for free online. OT Seeker, all of these guys, I have the links, I'll send them to you afterwards. A lot of great databases are available for free online. I just chose these because, we use them a lot in the library. Okay, so with Pubmed, when you go to do a search in Pubmed, remember to use the free full text link on the left-hand side menu. The reason for that is because once you graduate, you no longer have access to our online resources. That's due to our contract, though. So when we get access to everything, all of the online articles, all of the book chapters, all of the books, the ebooks and stuff like that, we have to sign a contract. And unfortunately, the contract that we sign does not allow for alumni to have access to our online resources. Right now, we're in the process of renegotiating those contracts or creating a new contracts, perhaps, to allow you guys to have access. But at the moment, you do not. So I'm sorry for that. But we contracts are like very crazy. So it's going to take us a while to figure out how we can get you guys access, because it's through the companies, who provide access to these resources, like the publishers and stuff. So now we're negotiating with them to give you guys access, but so hopefully in the future, so stay tuned, you might have access in the future. Right now, we're just trying to negotiate with them to get you guys access. So right now you don't have access to our online resources, but let's say you found this article that you really like or something. Again, you can still submit to us and we'll send you the full text of the article back for free, as long as we can get access to it, okay? And so if it's available through our databases or something like that, just email us and we'll send you the full copy back. So just because you can't log in and select it and download it yourself doesn't mean you don't have access to it. It just means that you just have to email us and we'll send it to you, okay? There's a lot of evidence-based practice tools available to you guys, like for free. So I include these links. I'm going to send them to you afterwards. Just let me know if you have any questions on them. So there's a lot of really cool stuff available online. There's also free third-party research data websites, which are all free, and all they have are peer-reviewed articles on them. And it's nuts how many things that are available for free online. A lot of times authors want people to see their work, right? And nobody's going to see it if it's in like one journal, somewhere where nobody sees it. So a lot of times they'll make it available for free everywhere, And you can see it on stuff like on Google Scholar, on Systematic Scholar, the DOAJ, the Directory of Open Access Journals, stuff like that. I also really like ResearchGate. Also, if you create an account with ResearchGate as a researcher, you can email the authors who have also created accounts with ResearchGate and ask them questions like, hey, why did you go with this study? Why didn't you go more into detail on this? Are you going to work on this in the future, kind of thing? And they'll email you back and you guys can just email each other. So it's pretty cool. You can email authors of published works and ask them questions, which is pretty cool. So feel free to do that. And these are all free, by the way. All right, so let's go over professional memberships. It's a good idea now that you're graduating to become a member of a professional organization like the APTA if you're a physical therapist, and the AOTA if you're an occupational therapist. The reason for that is because it comes with a lot of really cool stuff. Like not only does it make your new employer look more prestige because you're a member of a professional organization, but it also gives you access to stuff like subscriptions to magazines or journals, that are needed for your profession, the latest information on your career, databases, discounts and stuff like that. They also give you discounts on like conferences. They also give you discounts on materials that you may need for your profession, supplemental materials. It's crazy how many things you have access to through them. So we always recommend to become a professional member to help you guys out of these organizations. Plus they make your, career, your future job look good, And a lot of times, because of that, your future employer may already provide reimbursement. So if you get a professional membership and you're paying for this each year, you can usually be reimbursed for it from your new job. Like for me, I'm an ALA member, American Library Association member, because I'm a librarian. and I get reimbursed for my tuition, for my membership fees each year. Usually your job will probably reimburse you for anything that, you have to pay out of pocket for stuff. So especially to do your job. So just you can look into that with your HR representative or something like that about reimbursing you or finances for reimbursing you for your expenses to do your job. So on that note, look into your employer resources because you may have access to more things than you even think. Many hospitals and large clinics have libraries in them where you can have access to databases and a whole bunch of medical books and stuff like that and encyclopedias. So I would definitely contact maybe the HR department or whoever's in charge, or maybe your supervisor of your new job to see what you have access to. And a lot of times, if they don't have like a medical library or something, maybe they have like a reimbursement program where you pay to have access to like textbooks that you need to do your job, or you pay to have access to a journal subscription that you need for your job, and then they reimburse you for it, whatever your expenses are. Or they provide a stipend, a set amount of money that you can spend on like access to journals or access to databases or something like that. And of course, if you work for a university or college like ours, you'll have access to the library. So just, make sure to reach out and ask because you never know what cool stuff you have access to, right? All right, SOAR at usa.edu is our online institutional repository where you can submit your work, your classwork that you've done or anything that you've done while you were in school with us. So let's say you did an educational poster or a research poster or any research assignment or a dissertation or thesis or something like that. You can submit it into our institutional repository and it's going to make your name searchable on Google. So if somebody looks for your name, it's going to come up with your work. So it's so cool. It's going to be visible to everyone all over the world, and it will be a permanent link to your work. So you can just link to it in your resume. You can link to it in LinkedIn. All that cool stuff. So because of that, we always recommend that you have a teacher look over it first. Just to make sure that you upload it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I made a grammar mistake, and then you have to do the whole thing all over again, and you're like, it's better to have somebody look over your shoulder and read something over, because I can do like a 20-page paper, read it over like 500 times, and I'll still miss like the word the or something like that, or some kind of grammar mistake. So just have somebody look over your shoulder, read it over first, and then before you upload it, just to make sure it shows you in the best light no matter what, okay? But yeah, definitely upload your work to SOAR, and we can make it accessible so that everybody can see how awesome you are, okay? All right, book donations. So we do accept book donations and journal donations and what we call special collections, like anything historical or goniometers or stethoscopes or anything like that. Like let's say you went through this entire, journey to get your degree, and you have the stethoscope you use the whole time, and you're like, it's done, but it still kind of works. So you don't want to throw it away, and you think somebody else could benefit from it, but you don't know who to give it to. You could donate it to the library. We'll make it available to everybody. You know how sometimes we're going in for an exam and you needed something, and you went to the library and we happen to have like an extra gate belt or stethoscope or something like that. You could be that person for somebody else. You can just kind of like donate it, and then that becomes available for somebody else to save them during an exam so that they have it, So donate anything that has to do with our current curriculum, like the physical therapy department or occupational therapy, like whatever you think a future student would need. Like your old books that you don't want anymore, that you weren't able to sell or something, but you want to get rid of them, you can donate them to us. Kits, manuals, anything like that. And we'll take them and make them available to everybody here so that you can actually help out other people in the future, physical therapists and occupational therapists. So it's pretty cool. We do accept material that is in good condition or in need of minor repair. We usually decide what to do with the stuff after we receive it. If it's like in bad condition, like falling apart and it's really broken, we might have to throw it away. But usually if it's sort of in good condition where it still works, or we can still use it even if it has highlighter marks in it or something, we'll make it available to everybody else. And just because we can't use it in our library doesn't mean like another library can't, can't use it. So we usually offer it to our other campus libraries and see who wants it. And, we are all jumping at the material kind of thing. So it's pretty cool. All right. So if you don't want something anymore and you don't want to throw it away, you can just donate it. All right, career services. So we do have a career services department. It's headed by LaDonna. She's awesome. So you should have already received an email from her if you're graduating. Resume help on, she provides a lot of resume help. Handshake, which is a job database to look up jobs. So she's really great, and you can always reach out to her for help with that. She's really amazing with this stuff. Job resources. So if you're looking for jobs right now, you can use Indeed.com or any of those other ones to look for jobs. We, if you want to work for our school, we personally post our available jobs on Indeed. If you look up Indeed and then you look up the University of St. Augustine for Health Sciences, we'll usually come up with a lot of our job listings we list on there. Have our job listings available at these links at the top for careers at usa.edu. So just .usa.edu. So you can go there to look up job listings. Right now we're hiring faculty, new faculty members. So if you've never been a professor before, but you're graduating and so you know the curriculum, it might be something worth your time to go into. We also have internships or field work, what's it called? Clinical field work and some other stuff. So we have a lot of positions available right now if you guys want to look into them for the new year. So just let us know. Resume builders. So if you're having trouble creating your resume, there are a lot of free ones available online, like on Google and Word, Microsoft Word, or Indeed.com or resumebuilder.com. And you can just create your resume. And if you need help, you can contact LaDonna to look it over. She's the expert and she'll help you out with that, okay? Proctoring. The library does provide proctoring services for free in our testing room. This is on all campus. So if you need proctoring services, make sure to arrange it at least 2 weeks ahead of time. Proctoring is subject to availability. Usually during final exams, we have to say no just because we get so busy. The whole thing is packed, But we provide proctoring services for practice tests and certification exams and stuff like that. So if you need to take a practice test and you need to be like in a testing environment so that you can get the experience, like, okay, I got in my head, this is what it's like. I'm not going to freak out the day of. I'm going to go in and get this done. You can do that with us. We'll provide a realistic thing. We'll take your stuff, put it behind the library desk or in the storage room. You go in with just the stuff you need for the exam. You take the exam, you come out for breaks, you check your time and everything, you go back in, kind of thing. If you want to set up an exam with us, it's a good idea to have the exam administrators contact us directly and approve of it, because sometimes they don't, but if they do, just make sure to have them send the librarians or myself, if you want to take it out Miami, the forms to fill out so that we can fill out the forms and get the exam set up so you can take your exam with us, okay? And if you have any questions, just let me know. All right, so other free resources the library provides access to. We have a writing case reports guide. So in case you graduated and you don't remember how to do that, you can come back to that. You can use our guide to remember how to do it. We also have a literature search guide, how to do literature searches, qualitative versus quantitative, PICO help, all that good stuff. We have guides for all that stuff. If you're trying to do a presentation for free and you no longer have access to Microsoft, like if it updates or something, usually you lose access to it. You can use a bunch of free resources online for that. Also Google Data Studio, stuff like that, Lots of free help available online. So in conclusion, everything I just went over is on our alumni page. You can review our policies and procedures for help on our, if you want to look up details or anything. And if you have any questions, just let me know. So are there any